Once again, good morning everyone and welcome to the technology pitching for the Research, Innovation and Development or RIDE Festival 2023. So before we formally start our program, I request everyone to please rise for the opening prayer to be led by Ms. Danica May Pineda.
So let's bow our heads, close our eyes, and feel the presence of the Lord. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this morning. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to gather and participate on this meaningful event. Thank you for allowing these wonderful researchers to present their innovative technologies today. We ask for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin the technology business pitching. May this remarkable event be a success. This is our prayer in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you very much. We may now be seated. Okay, so once again, welcome to the technology pitching for the Research, Innovation, Development or RIDE Festival 2023. So to formally start our program, may we call on our dear Vice President for University Business Affairs Program to give us the welcome remarks and the statement of purpose. Let us call in Dr. Ariel G. Macta. Let us give him a warm round of applause.
Good morning. Medyo mahina po. Paano tayo makakabenta ng produkto natin eh? Good morning po. Good morning. Okay. To our distinguished guest, Mr. Noel A. Katibog, the Director of TPPD of DOST Picard, sir. To Dr. Richard Simangan, the Director of DTI. Other officials of university, lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga potential investors, friends, colleagues, a pleasant morning to everyone. With the dictum of our university president na dapat lahat ng kwento ay may kwenta, the CLSU family, through the AFTBI, proudly holds this technology pitching to offer the products of research, innovation, and development. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this year's technology pitching. The essence of this technology pitching is to present the technologies and products that CLSU researchers have developed in order to obtain investment from our dear investors. The theme, R4D, a key to sustainable society, is timely and relevant as technology transfer and commercialization transitions technologies from research laboratory to the marketplace. We are ready to go beyond the laboratory setting and release these technologies to the world so that all the investments we put in to produce these technologies be recovered and generate more income and be sustainable. To our potential investors and startup companies in attendance, we offer to you the 8 food and 5 non-food products, starting with mushroom seasoning flakes, mushroom snack chips, non-dairy frozen dessert, rice raisin oatmeal cookies, instant organic aromatic rice chicken porridge, vacuum fried squash chips, spicy tilading, Vitapil gummies. We also have tilapia disease test kit, fish amino acid as organic liquid supplement for crops, biosensors for rice and onion diseases, pro and prebiotic from onion waste, and the ASF Nano Gold Biosensor Test Kit. We are now pitching the ball for you to catch so that we as a team will win the game towards a very fruitful and successful business journey. The word pitch stands for pananaliksik at inobasyon tungo sa komersyalisasyon, sagot sa hamon ng panahon. We invite you to join us in this transformative journey. Together, we can harness the power of R4D to create a sustainable society that benefits current and future generations. Thank you, and we look forward to a very engaging and productive day.
Thank you, sir. So, as Dr. Mactal said, today we are going to witness innovative products and cutting-edge technology that will surely spark our interests, as well as spark our curiosities, and hopefully will lead us to, taking part of this wonderful journey of innovating and, of course, producing these wonderful technologies and products. So now, let us have an inspirational message from the Director of Technology Transfer and Promotion Division of the Department of Science and Technology, Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources Research and Development. Let us have Mr. Noel A. Katibog. Let us give it a warm round of applause.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ano yung sabi ni BP kanina? Walang kalatoy-latoy. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Katulad ng mga magpipitch mamaya, kinakabahan din ako kasi ang hinihingi sa akin ay inspirational message. Subukan natin. Kanina binanggit ni VP. Magandang umaga po pala, VP. Sino ba ang kaporal dito? Si Doc Pabs. At sa mga bumubuo po ng CLSU, yung mga kasamahan ko sa DOST, nandiyan si Sir Romy Havate at saka si Tom, yung assistant director namin sa TTPD. At sa lahat po ng mga potential investors or investors na nandito at yung mga estudyante. Magandang umaga po. At kanina binanggit na ni VP yung linya ng ating mga technologies na ipipresent. Pakilala naman natin at inaanyayahan ko pong tumayo yung ating mga magigiting na magpipitch mamaya. Tayo naman po tayo and be recognized. Ayan. Kayo pa. Yung iba tatayo lang, nanginginig pa. Anyway, bilang mga researchers, nag-umpisa kayo na meron kayong gustong isolve na problema ng industriya. So, yung tinatawag nating may R&D gap. And so you pursued your ideas to address these gaps, and you were successful in producing a technical solution to address that problem. Is it an innovation? No. You have a technical solution. How do you use it? You develop ways to use it, how to apply. Is that an innovation? No. It's a technology. And so you applied for protection, either patent, utility model, and then meron kang trade secret. Ayaw mong isiwalat. Do you have an innovation? Not yet. You have an invention. Pero pagka ito ay nailipat natin dun sa end user, nailipat natin sa farmer at inadapt niya sa kanyang farm practice, or inadapt ng isang businessman para sa kanyang kumpanya, then makakarating na siya sa marketplace, magagamit na siya, mayu-utilize, meron tayong innovation. And kailangan din nating tanggapin na it has been a transformation of sorts in the R&D ecosystem. Nung una, pagka po tayo nagre-research, ang gusto natin, maka-research lang. Maka-develop ng technical solution up to technology. Hindi pa natin alam yung IP protection, lalo na po yung pagko-compute ng ROI, paggawa ng business plan. Nung ginagawa natin yung ating mga research, wala nga tayong idea kung yan ba ay may market. And so, yung binabanggit kong transformation has been ilang taon pa lang. Nung una, pag nagpipresent tayo, para kang nasa isang scientific conference. Ngayon, hindi na. Paiklian na. So, what I would like to point out is that I like technology pitching because of various reasons. One, this is an avenue for us to meet potential investors. And pwede kasi na mag-adapt sila, yun yung isang magandang resulta, or makahalubilo natin sila at malaman natin ano ba ang needs nila para sa kanilang industry. So para siyang reverse pitching. You will not be deciding as researchers ano ang need ng industry, but you will be getting the information from the ones who will be using it in the future. That's a very, very good opportunity that technology pitching offers. So, gawan po natin ang paraan na makipag-link tayo at makipag-network sa kanila. Mamaya, tanungin natin, ano po ba ang magandang i-research namin? Yun po ang isa sa advantage ng technology pitching. And another thing is that sa technology pitching, hindi mo ibibigay as a pitcher, hindi mo ibibigay yung istorya kung paano gawin yung technology. What you will be telling is how will you use the technology? How will it be applied? Yan ba ay para sa pag-detect? Hindi mo ituturo paano i-generate yung detection kit, di ba? Ewan ko sa inyo kung may makikinig sa inyo pag sinabi ninyo paano yung probiotics at saka prebiotics binubuo. You will be talking about how probiotics will be used. That's another good thing because wala po tayong ginagawang ganun. And konti ang nakakaintindi sa ginagawa natin, lalo na very technical. This time, laymanized, maintindihan natin, importante yung technology, pag ginamit mo siya dito, ganito yung kalaki ang problema ang kaya niyang ma-address at potentially pwede siyang kumita. Ibang-iba ang tema ng technology pitching. Ang isa pa po, at dito damang-dama ko ang ating mga pitchers, this is the moment that you will be getting out of your comfort zones. Hindi kayo sanay mag-present ng ganito. Alam nyo kung paano mag-diagnose, alam nyo kung paano mag-isolate ng pathogens, but you don't know how to relay it to various types of audiences. Your story cuts across different listeners. So, it's a whole new ball game for you. And I understand yung apprehension. And ang isa pang nakakatuwa pagka technology pitching is that you can see habang sila ay kinakabahan na mag-pitch. You can see, I am fascinated by how you talk about your technology. It's as if you are describing your baby, which is true. Anak nyo yan. Anak man ng pero anak nyo yan. And we understand, kaya yung ibang researchers ayaw nilang bitawan kasi baka mapabayaan nung iba o magamit sa hindi magandang paraan. This is your baby. It's natural to have that feeling. But it's time to, sometimes, ganun din ang babies. Pag lumaki yan, it's time to let go and let them flourish on their own. Hey, ako po ay mahihiyaing magsalita sa unahan. Pero nung nag-uumpisa ako sa Picard, sa Picard na naman po kami na-expose ng ganito, kung ano-ano yung pinagsasabi. Pero ang isang lagi kong tinatandaan nun, bago ako humarap sa audience, is that kung ayaw mong mapahiya, huwag kang mahiya. If you will be very timid and very tentative in your talk, yung kinakatakutan mo na mapapahiya ka, magkakatotoo po yan. So, eto po, ang payo ko sa inyo, sabi nga ni Eric Santos, this is your moment. Hindi ko na po kakantahin at baka maging comedy dito. Ano yan? Ang lyrics po nito ay, this is the moment, this is the day when I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Take a deep breath. Hindi na po kasama sa kanta yun. Take a deep breath. Own the stage and pronounce your child to your audience. They will accept it as you did. Kasi kahit pangit man yan, anak mo yan. Pero kung gaano mo siya kamahal, maa-accept yan ng iyong audience. Yung pong mga ginagawa natin na ganitong technology pitching, ito ay kasama dun sa matagal ng pinaplano at ine-execute ng mga partner nating mga agencies. Ang isa pong pangarap namin dito, magkaroon ng mas maraming technologies na ma-adapt. Ang kaibahan lang po na magiging progression sana natin is that hindi pa kumpleto sana yung research, pumapasok na si private sector. Yun po sana ang maganda kasi yung relevance natin ay very, very much proven. Wala pong masama kung kumpleto na ang inyong project, completed na ang inyong project, completed na ang inyong technology, then saka natin i-offer. But there may come a time, and I really hope I would see the time, na yung ating ginagawa, idea pa lang or nasa prototype stage pa lang, meron ng gusto mag-invest. At yun po ang pangarap natin. Sabi nga nila, we have a long way to go, and you will agree with me that marami pa tayong dapat gawin. But I really do hope that you will agree with me that we have come a long way. We have a long way to go, but we have come a long way. And with your help, we can promote technologies from our research, from government funding, and we can also promote the university. And of course, yung aming bias, mapupromote po natin ang agri-aqua sector. Magandang umaga po at marami pong salamat.
Thank you, Sir Noel. So, once again, that was Mr. Noel Katibog, the Director of TTPD DOST Picard. So, as Sir Noel said, this is the moment. So, let us now proceed with the highlight of today's program, which is the presentation proper. So, our first presenters will be from the food cluster. So, let us now get to know these presenters and introduce them individually. Our first presenter from the food cluster is Miss Kathleen Claire O. Ganarial to present the product Mushroom Seasoning Flakes and Mushroom Snake Chips. We also have Miss Geraldine G. Tayag to present Rice Raisin Oatmeal Cookies and Instant Organic Aromatic Rice Chicken Porridge. We also have Miss Charlene Jade S. Cabral to present non-dairy frozen dessert. Miss Venus Q. Lagmay to present vacuum fried squash chips. We also have Miss Aliyah Samantha P. Suge to present spicy tilading. And last, of course, but not the least for the food cluster, to present Vitapil gummies, we have Dr. Judith P. Antonino. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy these presentations. And, of course, let us open our minds. And if we have questions, please reserve these questions because we will have a Q&A after. So, the floor is now yours. our dear presenters. Thank you. So while we are waiting, because we are having some technical difficulties, I suggest everyone to bring out your notes, maybe your phones, to take take notes for these presentations, because this will be quick, and I hope we get every single detail that we want to ask later when the question and answer portion is okay. When the question and answer portion is there. So once again, let us have our first presenter. Let us give her a warm round of applause.
Good morning, each and everyone. Mushroom seasoning flakes is a mixture of healthy flavor in a pouch. As we all know, mushrooms is rich in protein, low fat, high dietary fiber, high in magnesium and potassium and glutamic acid, in which this high free glutamic content of the mushroom enhance the flavor of the food which they are added, thus creating a product that is from fresh fruiting bodies of edible cultivated Philippine mushrooms with sesame seed and dried seaweeds to spice up your everyday meal. So since this is a product of research, a total capital investment would only be 42,315.09 pesos, which can produce 1,000 of products, and a return of investments of 47.39%. So, what are you waiting for? So spice up your dish with Masharap and masustansyang seasoning flakes na on the go. For more information about the technology, you can reach Dr. Rich Milton Dulay at his email address, richmiltondulay@clsu.edu.ph. Thank you. Good morning again. So let us now discover the mushroom snack chips, which is healthy and crispy in every bite. So, but first, let us know why it's made. To start, Philippine Island is well known for its natural resources, remains one of the biodiversity hotspot, and has a tropical condition, in which an ideal condition for mushroom cultivation. Furthermore, mushroom, as we all know, is compact of nutrients. However, mushroom is very perishable. Thus, we create a product that is from fresh fruiting bodies of edible cultivated Philippine mushroom coated with formulated butter. Since this is also a product of research, a total capital investment would only be 46,566.42 pesos, which can produce 1,000 of products, and a return on investment of 56.38%. So now, take a bite on our masarap, masustansya, must try ang produktong nakakabuti. Once again, for the more information about the technology, you can reach Dr. Rich Milton Dulay at his email, richmiltondulay@clsu.edu.ph. Thank you.
In recent years, an increasing demand for plant-based food products, including frozen dessert, has been observed. This is attributed to the growing concern about sustainable diets, personal health issues, animal welfare, and environmental concern. So we, at the Department of Food Science and Technology, developed a non-dairy frozen dessert. This non-dairy frozen dessert is made from rice and soybean, blended with other plant-based ingredients, and then aerated to create an ice cream-like texture. This product is a healthier option for ice cream consumers since this is lactose-free and cholesterol-free. This product also accommodates to the demand of those consumers who practice veganism since this is 100% plant-based. This frozen dessert can be enjoyed as hard ice cream or soft serve. If this product will be commercialized, the target market would be the existing ice cream consumers, health-conscious consumers, and lactose-intolerant individuals. With a production run of 11,000 packs per month, the total capital investment would be 150,000 pesos. This includes the cost of raw materials, equipment rental fees, labor, and utilities. And this would generate a return on expenses of 83.82%. So investors and technology adopters, invest with us. For this product is creamy delight and frozen just right. Please feel free to talk to us.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Central Luzon State University Ramon Magsaysay Center for Agricultural Resources and Environment Studies is known for its organic aromatic rice. To make this rice even more valuable, we, the researchers from the Department of Food Science and Technology, used a very simple method of parboiling, which turned it into a pounded rice, or most commonly known as pinipig, to further enhance its nutritional content. So as a result, we utilized this parboiled organic rice to develop an innovative product that is known Chips O Rice, Rice Raisin Oatmeal Cookies. This cookie is a delightful fusion of parboiled organic rice, hearty oats, and plump raisins, creating a cookie that is chewy on the inside and crunchy on the outside, and immensely satisfying, providing you a nutritious and fiber-rich snacks suitable for all ages. As a business, the future looks bright because with just an initial capital investment of 659,000, you can positively achieve a 74% return on expenses for 11,000 packs of goodies. We focus on our key target markets such as DSWD for relief operations, DepEd for feeding programs, and groceries or supermarkets, ensuring our reach and impact far-reaching. So, why wait? Grab the technology of our rice cookies and let your business embark on a flavorful journey like no other. Because surely you'll have a good experience of real delights in every bite. feel free to contact us through my email and contact number. We look forward to a prosperous and innovative future together. Maraming salamat po. Muli po, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. The eruption of Taal volcano, the onslaught of Typhoon Yolanda, and the devastating Luzon earthquake are among the calamities endured by the Filipino people. Amid these calamities, relief operations frequently involve the distribution of instant noodles, canned goods, and rice, to name a few, which is cooked individually. As an innovative alternative, we proudly introduce to you our Nutrio Rice instant organic aromatic rice chicken porridge, a nourishing, all-natural, complete meal, providing you a convenient way to boost your well-being, especially during challenging times. Our product showcases an exceptional quality of organic aromatic rice and organic soybean sourced from the CLSU RM Cares, offering you an additional source of protein alongside chicken. This groundbreaking creation is a result of meticulous development by a team of dynamic food technologies or researchers from CLSU. Now, let's delve into the business proposition. Investing a capital of 439,000 for 11,000 packs of porridges will provide you a promising, impressive return on investment or return on expenses of 62%. The capital covers, of course, the raw materials, utilities, among others, which are all integral part of a startup phase. Our primary target market are also the same, the SWD, DepEd, and of course, the grocery stores. So, why settle for an ordinary where you can savor the extraordinary? Because food is life, rice is lifer, and lugaw is our lifesaver. Muli po, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Ang hirap sundan nun.
Agriculture is said to be one of the key drivers of the economy. And yet, we still have this, and more of this. Ironically, the health snack market continues to grow globally because of a remarkable shift towards a healthier lifestyle. In fact, the healthy snack chips market is valued at $11.4 billion and is expected to grow at an annual growth rate of 8.1%. Why not transform this sad reality into an opportunity with one of the most innovative products developed by CLSU, the vacuum-fried squash chips? It's a real squash slices deep-fried under vacuum. It's a healthier snack option. It contains less fat, it's a good source of fiber, and is very unlikely to form carcinogens. And compared to conventional frying, vacuum frying technology is also more economical. Business-wise, an initial investment of 24,000 pesos using 306 kilograms of squash can produce 1,000 packs of 30-gram snack chips. Promising, isn't it? And with a return on expenses of 40%. The food supply chain is called a chain for a reason. And maybe you are the missing link. So let our farmers grow with you while you grow with us, because definitely there's cash in squash. So talk to us.
Good morning, everyone. We've all heard of tilading or tilapian daing, and now we made this innovation even better with its new variant, the spicy tilading. Spicy tilading is made up of tilapia that weighs 25 to 30 grams, curated with spices for its additional flavor and low salt concentration of 5%. Compared to the typical dried fish or daing in the market, spicy tilading tastes better with a lower salt content but with a longer shelf life. You can guarantee that this is made of good quality using excellent and sanitary drying facilities and optimized packaging. So why did we come up with this product? Small-sized tilapia were inevitably collected during tilapia harvest, and they often ended up into waste. As such, by utilizing the small-sized tilapia into tilading or tilapian daing, we're not only reducing agricultural waste but also value-adding to tilapia. Then again, how can we enter the market? For the commercialization of our product, like the classic tilading, we plan to enter the online platform through social media exposures and online shops like TRB Padala, Shopee, and Carousel. Participation in national and international exhibits, seminars, and trainings are also part of the marketing strategies for the spicy tilading. But why would you invest to spicy tilading? Because you're not just in it for the taste, but you're also in it for the income it may bring. With a good market that can be accessible online and a product that has low salt content but with a longer shelf life, everyone can enjoy the spicy tilading. Money. With only 300,000 pesos, you'll get 94.84% return on investment with a payback period of 3 months. So join our team in making sure that you'll get to experience the Spice Sarap, Spice Sustansya, and Spice Saganang Kita with Spicy Tilading. For more information, please contact us through our project leader, Professor Janet O. Saturno. Thank you.
Good morning, potential investors and guests. I'll be presenting the technology developed by multidisciplinary researchers from different departments of Central Luzon State University. Experience the cereal goodness of our product, VitaPeel Gummy, made from dragon fruit, not from the pulp, but from the peel. Did you know that dragon fruit peel has a higher antioxidants and vitamin C? Yes, I said it right. Through our technology, we are not only value-adding dragon fruit peel, but we are also providing a win-win solution to agri-waste reduction. Compared to the commercial brands, our product use all natural ingredients, no artificial flavor, no artificial color. With one gummy, you can already meet 54% of vitamin C for required energy and nutrient intake, and that means that with 2 gummies only, you can already meet more than 100% of vitamin C. So it's like taking an orange daily with just 2 gummies with added health benefits of antioxidants. So our product has a brighter economic prospect. With a very minimal investment of 248,000, you can already produce 1,088 bottles of VitaPeel Gummy. Each bottle contains 100 pieces gummies, can be sold at 120 pesos, and what makes our product worth investing for is that within a span of 1 month, you can already gain back your investment with 38.6% return on investment. Who are our target markets? Everybody who wanted to be healthy. School children through school nutrition program, and families and households through drugstores, online, and exhibits. So, feel your way to wellness dahil feel na feel ang kita sa Gummy VitaPeel. So, feel to invest? Please contact our project leader, Dr. Dana G. Veracruz. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Once again, let us give it up for the food cluster presenters. Okay. We just witnessed the delighting and informative presentations from our food cluster. Let us now move to the non-food cluster presenters. So let us introduce each of their products and the presenters for these wonderful products. To present Tilapia Disease Test Kit, let us have Karl Marx A. Quezon. We also have Miss Ellen S. Romero to present, Miss Abby Luis E. Cahucom to present fish amino acid as organic liquid supplement for crops. We also have Jonaline J. Noveno to present biosensor for rice and onion diseases. Miss Ronalie B. Rafael to present pro and prebiotic from onion waste. And of course, last but not the least, Miss Candice Ann Rabang to present ASF Nano Gold Biosensor Test Kit. Let us watch these presentations.
Morning, everyone. So, Philippines is an archipelagic country rich in marine resources. However, the current fish catch is not enough to supply the needed demand. So, aquaculture plays a vital role in supplying that needed supply, especially tilapia. So, the tilapia industry, which is second to milkfish in terms of total fish production, plays the major role in filling that gap to meet the needed protein requirements of the Filipino people. However, the tilapia industry is currently facing different issues and challenges, and one of which is the disease problem causing massive fish kill outbreak. So this fish kill outbreak could result to drastic economic loss, affecting the sustainability of tilapia farming. However, we have proactive approach to prevent this disease outbreak. Okay? So this is through active surveillance. Regular active surveillance through molecular approach to have an accurate diagnosis. However, using this molecular approach, there are some limitations and constraints, and one of which we need sophisticated laboratory, we need expensive equipment and reagents, as well as highly technical people. So, with this limitation and constraint, presenting CLSU's product, the AeroKit, a detection kit, rapid detection kit for Aeromonas hydrophila affecting our tilapia industry. So this rapid detection kit is a DNA-based probe, which is actually accurate with 100% sensitivity and 83% specificity. It is also relatively cheap. And it can be used in even a kitchen-type laboratories. And it is user-friendly. It can be used by anybody. And it is rapid. In just 10 minutes, you can detect the presence of pathogen in your isolate. So, in a business side, the production cost per kit is only 20 pesos. Looking into the return on investment, the conservative estimate of return on investment ranged from 14 to 22% and payback period of 2.3 years. So, while wait, sa AeroKit, kitang-kita ang kita ng ating mangingisda. Salamat po.
Good morning, everyone. Due to its easy availability in the market and the fast result it brings, the use of chemical fertilizers has been dominantly used in the field of agriculture. However, aside from its high cost, the use of chemical fertilizer brings damage to the soil. Such damages include soil degradation, nitrogen leaching, soil compaction, reduction in soil organic matter, and loss of soil carbon. Because of this, the creation and formulation of a more safer and much organic fertilizer is needed. With that, we present to you our product, the BioCares Fish Amino Acid. The BioCares Fish Amino Acid is an organic liquid supplement made with fish entrails and molasses, materials that are easily available and cheap. This fertilizer contains 0.62% nitrogen, 0.69% P2O5, and 2.10% K2O, which are nutrients needed for crop growth. The product is important since it will help in the responding of increasing demand for organic foods while being environment friendly and sustainable, and it will also provide employment opportunities. On the business side, with an initial capital investment of 400,000 pesos, we are expected to sell 1,000 bottles of BioCares Fish Amino Acid per cycle. This equates to a total net income of 152,000 pesos, which is a 38% return on investment. The product will be primarily sold through distributors, farmer cooperatives, and farmer associations. Private companies and the CLSU AFTBI will also be tapped in helping give the product a wider outreach. So what are you waiting for? Invest now and we make the world go greener. Because always remember, mabuti sa kalikasan, mabuti sa kalusugan. Buy BioCares Fish Amino Acid. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am pleased to introduce to you an innovation that is set to revolutionize the agriculture, developed by our team headed by Dr. Robehilda Paragisan Alili, none other than our Blast Biosensor and Blight Biosensor. As we all know that rice is the lifeblood of many people around the world. However, it faces an ever-present threat of seed-borne pathogens including rice blast and sheet blight. These diseases affects rice production to farmers and food security to communities. According to a study, these diseases, rice blast and sheet blight, causes a yield loss of 5 to 80% or 0.23 to 1.37 tons per hectare, which is being experienced by 4 out of 5 farmers. This is why seed quality or ensuring the seed quality is crucial for cropping. However, our current rice certification parameters lacks detection kit of these pathogens. This is why our team has developed a pathogen detection kit, a biosensor that has swift and accurate detection that uses colorimetry for results. It's affordable, it's sustainable, it's user-friendly with only 3 steps to follow, and most importantly, it's field-ready. Our potential market: agricultural input suppliers, large commercial farms or export-oriented farms, and government agricultural agencies. The production cycle is twice a year, which is based on cropping season, with approximately 10,000 kits per 1 cycle. With that small-scale production, the initial investment is 4.4 million, which comprises the reagents, chemical and materials for the kit, operational expenses, equipments for the laboratory and its materials. A suggested selling price of 2,300 pesos can generate a net income of 299,481 monthly, with a return of investment which is 6.72% and a payback period of 14.4 months. And with that, our slogan, sakit ng palay, alamin, kita ay siguruhin. If you have any question with our technology, feel free to reach us with our contact details or reach our project leader, Dr. Robihilda Paragison Alili. Thank you.
Whenever I watch the news or browse the internet, I always see reports of massive fish kills going on and on in different parts of the globe. Isn't it tiring to hear the same news over and over again? And then here comes our problem on solid waste, like in the case of onion. Wouldn't it be nice if we could help solve this problem on fish kills while addressing the pressing issue on onion waste? In Agua, we got the perfect solution. Proper Boost Probiotics plus Proper Boost Prebiotics, tilapia feed additives made from onion waste, an environment-friendly option to boost fish gut health and increase farm productivity. Our products is scientifically proven to promote growth, improve survival rate, enhance immunity, and increase resistance of tilapia to pathogens such as Aeromonas and E. coli. Statistics show a total of 16,800 hectares of tilapia farms in Pampanga, Batangas, Nueva Ecija, and Isabela, which could be our potential market. And with a very low investment of only 48,313 pesos and 14 centavos, you can produce a total of 1,000 liters of probiotics and 72 kilograms of prebiotics. And with this production volume, you are guaranteed of 68% return with a payback period of as short as 1.5 months. So waste no more with Proper Boost. So if you want to learn more about these amazing products, you can talk to any one of the members of our team, or you can contact us through the following information. Thank you very much for your time and attention.
In 2021, Central Luzon State University developed ASF Nanogold Biosensor, which is cost-effective rapid test for early detection of infected but asymptomatic pig. Hence, for biosecurity profilings of farms before reloading of new stock. The technology combines the amplification of LAMP and nanotechnology using gold nanoparticles. It uses simple laboratory equipment. It is 2 to 8 times faster than PCR. It is 90 to 100% sensitive and versatile to all samples taken from the farm or from the pig. The result will be read through colorimetric, and it will be interpreted using a mobile application exclusively developed for the test kit. There are 12 million heads of pig in the country. If the only target is 3.9 million heads of pig found in Calabarzon and Central Luzon, and if only 3% has been served, then a total of 117,000 head of pig will be tested, equivalent to 11,700 kit, sold at 4,000 pesos each. Sorry. Ang pagkabuhay muli ng industriya ng magbababoy ay nakasalalay sa ASF test kit na gawang Pinoy. For further queries, please contact the test kit developer, Dr. Clarissa Yvonne Domingo, for your test kit and service. And the early detection of ASF assures you the early controls and prevention. And the ASF test kit is the key to make this happen.
Thank you very much to all our presenters. Once again, let us give them a warm round of applause. Okay. So we just witnessed the wonderful presentations of our presenters. Now is the time for our investors and technology enthusiasts to ask our presenters their questions. So if you have a question, you may raise your hand and a microphone will be given to you. So do we have any questions? Just raise your hand if you have a question. So while our investors and enthusiasts are constructing their questions, while sitting there, I suddenly have this realization that if only I have this money to invest in these technologies, I would also invest, because these products and technologies are not just promising, but helps our environment as well. So do we have our questions? Don't be afraid to ask questions. Maybe our students also have questions for our presenters. Anyone? Okay. Yeah, we have a question from the back. Okay.
Hello. Hello, good morning. I'm Maylin Evangelista of Department of Labor and Employment. So, kasi kami sa Department of Labor, we have a program, Dole Integrated Livelihood Program. And kaya kami umattend dito is to look for a project that na pwede naming i-fund, but we also need to have a group na siyang bibigyan namin ng funding para dun sa mga product. Now, paano kami magkakaroon ng access with the technology, or it can be, yung technology ba pwedeng ibigay doon sa isang grupo na pwede naming piliin as the beneficiaries? Any of the product na in-introduce.
Okay, so the question, ma'am, again is how
can we avail the technology? Pwede ba yung i-transfer doon sa grupo ng mga na mapipili namin na bibigyan ng funding kung i-adapt yung product?
Hello po, good morning. Ako pala yung sasagot. Sila po'y pinatayo ko pero sa akin pala babalik. Well, anyway po, no? So by all means po, lahat ng mga technologies na na-generate ng mga researchers natin na pagmamayari po ng gobyerno, no? In general, and ng CLSU in particular, lahat po yon ay open for adoption. Dadaan lang po tayo doon sa proseso kasi meron po tayong batas na sinusunod, yung ating RA 10055 o yung Tech Transfer Law. So yun po ay susundin natin bago po natin ma-transfer sa kung kanino man pong potential taker, no, yung ating mga technology. So pwedeng-pwede po yun, ma'am.
Can I request also na yung grupo nung group na bumuo is the one who will create a group or organize the group na pwedeng pag-transferan? Is that possible?
Kung tama po yung understanding ko, kung mag-i-spin off po yung ating technology generator, ay pwedeng-pwede po yun. So pag nag-spin off po, pwede naman po na isa lang or pwede naman po na isang buo sila na grupo. So pwedeng-pwede po yun, ma'am.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you.
And nandito po yung mga taga-DOST, so pwede po silang mag-respond or magdagdag sa sinabi ko. Pasa-pasa na to, sir.
Sinususugan ko po ang inyong mga sinabi. Ma'am, ano lang, pagpatuloy lang po ninyo ang pakikipag-usap sa grupo ni Dr. Rafael. Ang kailangan lang po, ma'am, ay matukoy natin kung alin pong particular na technology ang talagang interesado ang inyong grupo at yun po ay mapapaghandaan nila kung ano mga informasyon na pwede nilang ipasa sa inyo pansamantala. Sa ngayon po, kailangan bago magtuloy-tuloy yung usapan, kailangan po ng merong non-disclosure agreement kasi hindi nila basta-basta pwedeng bitawan yung detalye ng informasyon dahil nga po sa issues ng pagmamayari ng CLSU.
Kaya nga po, sir, ako na po yung nagre-request na sila na rin po yung bumuo ng grupo. It can be a group of community or yung isang grupo ng kababaihan or grupo ng estudyante. So kung pwedeng kayo na po yung bubuo ng grupo, kayo na rin po yung mag-i-introduce sa amin ng project so that kami naman yung magpo-fund dun sa project na ang ma-manage ng project ay yung binuo nyo din pong grupo. So the project kasi, the fund can be transferred 500,000. Actually, not the fund mismo itatransfer dun sa grupo, but yung mga goods na gagamitin, yung Department of Labor yung bibili or siyempre with your guidance, yun yung ibibigay natin sa grupo na kayo mismo sana yung bubuo. Is that possible? So kung if you want to go with the product, halimbawa product nung sa chips, kung may group ka ng mga estudyante na willing mag-concentrate or mag-focus with that product, then come up with a group and then yung technology will be transferred dun sa grupo na bubuuin mo. Kami naman, we will just assist how you can avail with the funds with the Department of Labor. Is that possible? Hindi din kami. Kaya anybody, ang sinabi ko nga po, any product na gustong pondohan, wag lang siguro yung 4 million because we cannot, dun sa 4 million. 1 million below can do. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, dun sa opportunity. Actually, we have here students and also we have here researchers. And of course, the university, particularly our university president, ay sigurado po natutuwa siya dyan sa sinabi ninyo na opportunity na yan kasi actually meron po siyang baby yung tinatawag natin na Techno Village. So actually po we can collaborate with the extension office and with the leaders of this Techno Village, and then yung pong sinasabi ninyo na you can finance yung sa transfer ng technology, sa commercialization ng mga technology ay malaking opportunity po yan. And consider it done, ma'am, na igagrab namin yung opportunity na yan. Thank you po.
Okay. Do you have more questions? So that question is not just a question, but opened a lot of opportunities for our product developer. Do we have more questions? Just raise your hand if you have questions. From the back, we have one.
Good morning po everyone. I would like to congratulate po yung mga presenter. And I am Aprilin Angeles po from College of Engineering. Regardless po doon, I would like to raise the concern regarding to the cluster of food cluster. Na kung halal or mag-undergo po ba ng halal yung mga products niyo, because I was concerned of 12% of the population of the Philippines are Muslims. And kung magpo-proceed po sa market and hoping so, sana po makonsider nyo.
Hello, ma'am. What's your name po again?
Aprilin po.
Hi, Ma'am Aprilin. Thank you very much for that question and at the same time opportunity po. Yeah, we have our plan po to apply for halal certification because we wanted to capture all the market, including the Muslim. So maraming salamat po.
Thank you po.
Thank you very much. That was a great addition. Do we have more questions from our audience? Just raise your hand if you want to ask questions. Maybe some are shy and they want to ask these questions personally with our product developers. chat na lang. And they also gave their contact information. Do you have more questions? This is your time because maybe your questions are also the questions of our other participants. So maybe kayo pala ang makapagbibigay ng question na yun. Para sa yes, sir.
Good morning. My name is Robert Alpar. I came from a private company. So, our company is existing na part ng feeding program sa government. So, we are one also of adopter of the DOST FNRI. So, we're handling the Nutribans project. So, with that, we experience the feeding program na may mga bagong products talaga na mga nagsulputan. So, I really appreciated na yung mga products nyo ngayon, yung iba is very applicable for the feeding program. So, for that, number one question is, yung na-experience namin based on feeding program. So, once na i-procure siya sa government, the problem is yung walang enough na supply. So, for example, yung mga nakita ko kanina, there is a products talaga na potentially is for feeding program. But the feeding program of the government is nationwide. So, the one problem is how we develop or to produce more that we can cater the product nationally or even in NCR to consider. Thank you.
Again, thank you po, sir, sa napakagandang tanong na medyo nakakasakit po ng ulo kasi milyones po ate pag-uusapan natin. Anyway po, sir, yung amin po kasing technology is definitely we wanted to cater po yung about sa organic aromatic rice. Definitely now, medyo minimal pa po yung production niya. But then, our product is very flexible in such a way that we can utilize the regular rice to cater po yung nationwide feeding po ng ating DepEd. So, kaya naman po, sir. Kasi yun naman pong technology is very flexible nga po and versatile na pwede po naming ma-modify. Depende po sa inyong need. Yun po. And at the same time po, good thing is that our product has a shelf life of 1 year or more. Kaya bagay na bagay po sa feeding program. Thank you po.
Sige, ikaw muna.
Kasi ako yung taga-DOST topic kasi ito yung role din namin, yung sa tech transfer. So kasi ang concern ko, sayang naman yung mga technology kung hindi naman yung talaga ibibigay doon sa end user. So ang tanong ko, ready ba kayong mag-spin-off ng mga project nyo na yan? Kasi ang question kasi dyan, so alam nyo naman doon sa RA, talagang aalis kayo sa gobyerno. So sabagay, 2 years naman yung ibibigay sa inyo yun. Depende naman yung kay sa Vice President. Sila naman ang mag-approve niyan. But ang problema, yung question ni Sir kanina, dapat talaga meron pa kayong adapter talaga na magpo-produce. Siya yung magsusupply. Or else, sila yung bigyan nyo ng technology. The question is, yun nga, yung papasok na kayo doon sa RA 10055. Medyo mahirap yung proseso doon. Sa amin sa TAPI, yun din yung saan namin ini-encourage, lalo yung sa mga DOST RDIs, maggawa na kayo ng spin-off. Kasi inyo yung technology. Alagaan nyo na hanggang sa mamatay kayo dyan, inyo na yan. The question is, licensing lang. Hindi naman siya pwedeng, unless ibigay ng CLS yun, nasa kanilang policy naman yun, kung ibibigay nila yung assignment. Yun lang naman ang question dun eh. But kung spin-off, meron ng duration lang naman yung number of years para i-commercialize nyo. Pero sa akin, ang suggestion ko, sa inyo yan, umpisahan nyo na. Yun lang naman ang sa akin.
Itutuloy ko na po yung ano niya. Yung question niya, taas nga po ang kamay ng gustong mag-spin-off. Ang dami. Parang kulang ang pondo namin dito na class. Hindi, ganito kasi yon. Kung gusto niyo mag-spin-off, better decide soonest. Kasi kailangan niyo mag-register sa SEC or sa DTI or DTI. And after a year na kayo ay nag-ooperate or registered, then you qualify for our startup grant fund. And then, kung makagraduate kayo dun sa aming support, the Startup Grant Fund, lipat kayo sa kanila. Venture financing naman. O, di ba? So, ang point lang is that there are clients that need your technologies and there are clients also that needs the products from your technologies. But there are also support available kung gusto nyong mag-venture. Kung ganun kalaki ang paniniwala nyo sa inyong technologies, go for it. Establish your business. And then file for SGF funds. Submit lang po kayo sa amin. But we need your complete documentation. And we will look forward na ano. May open call kami pero hindi na kayo aabot hanggang October 31 yun eh.
Sabihin mo na maximum amount para alam na nila. Wala.
Pwede. Mataas-taas ng konti doon sa 500,000 ni ma'am. But ang binibigay kasi namin depende sa proposal. It depends on the need of the startup or spin-off company, not on what you want. Okay? So,
sky's the limit.
Good luck, good luck. Ay, teka muna. Gusto ko lang magpasalamat kay Sir kasi siya lang yung nag-iisang tumayo para sa ating wala po kayong gender balance.
Ma'am Janet, wala daw silang gender balance.
Okay. Thank you for those suggestions, comments, and of course, opportunities. By the way, we are live on Facebook. So for those who are watching via Facebook Live, you may also type in your questions and post it on the comment section of the live stream. We are live via the Facebook page of the CLSU or the official page of Central Luzon State University. So more questions? Yes, sir. We have a question from...
Magandang umaga po, Dennis Pasis sa Fort Mag Multipurpose Cooperative. Gaya na banggit ni Sir kanina, pwede bang imbis na private company, pwedeng idaan sa kooperatiba yung mga inyong mga produkto? So, Sir, pwede ba mag-apply yung kooperatiba na sinabang binanggit nyo? Yes, sir. Thank you po, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you po, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Do you have more questions? We may raise our hands. Yes, ma'am. We have a question here from the middle.
Hello. Congratulations po sa lahat ng nag-present. Nakakatuwang isipin. Nakakataba ng puso isipin na yung inyong pagtsatsaga ngayon ay ready na for commercialization. My name is Deborah Gay. I represent an NGO. Marami po kaming communities. We are also an adapter of several DOST FNRI technologies. And I myself is part of PSHERD, Women Helping Women Grant. So national grantee po yung aming innovation under the Innovation Council of the Philippines. So, as of now, madami kaming communities. No? Kanina pa sila nag-uusap ng mga communities. Kami po ay madaming communities na tinutulungan. Kailangan po namin yung mga technologies katulad ng present ninyo. Ang tanong ko po ay ito. Kapag po kami nag-adapt ng one of your technologies at ito po ay isasali namin sa mga communities na naka-line up sa aming partnership with DOST Region 3 and DOST Bulacan, yun po ba ay tripartite agreement pagdating sa technology transfer agreement or does it have to be another treatment po ng kasi parang kami yung makikipag-tie up, we are willing to provide yung technology na kailangan nila tapos i-collab namin sa iba pang national government agencies yung provision ng equipment, sa LGUs, yung provision ng facilities to secure that the equipment is housed properly. Pero the technology na ituturo po namin sa kanila para makapag-produce sila will be coming from you. So how does that framework work in terms of licensing agreement if we will acquire a particular technology from CLSU? Thank you.
Grabe kayo. Well, anyway po, possible naman po yan. Ikakarga na lang po natin doon sa MOA kung ano po lahat yung magiging mga activities. But of course, we have to consider kung ano yung limitations natin when it comes to technology transfer. Opo. So that is to protect also yung ating technology generator. And since that is an asset of the government, and ang goal naman po ng gobyerno natin ay mapakinabangan, no, yung ating technology na ginawa. So, yun po ay possible po. And if ever po na ma-push natin yan, first time po ito sa nagagawin sa end ng CLSU.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for that question. Do we have more questions from our audience? So, just raise your hand. Don't be shy. For our students, maybe you are interested in asking questions, not just to invest, but also to spark your interest when it comes to developing these types of products and technologies. Maybe you want to clarify something on how did they come up with these products? Our students, do you have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Good morning po. So, I'm not as experienced as everyone, particularly po pagdating po dun sa mga non-food po. I was gonna ask, as someone who was raised along farms and has been exposed to various places like aquaculture and such, how, you say that the products are user-friendly. I just want to understand, does that mean it is user-friendly in terms of there's particular personnel that have to handle the products, or are there people, or like, for example, farmers can handle the products themselves after perhaps a seminar and such, so we can understand if it is adaptable?
Okay, so in terms of detection kit sa Aeromonas hydrophila, actually, the takers of this one are usually the diagnostic laboratories. Okay? Dahil kailangan itong step na to. Actually, pwede siya sa mga farms na mayroong kitchen-type laboratory. Ngayon, ang tanong mo, user-friendly. Pwede kahit na walang technical knowledge. Basta susundin lang niyo yung 4 steps. 4 lang na step na yon. And then, titignan lang niya, change in color. So, ganun lang. Pag nag-change ng color, present ang pathogen. Pagka hindi, walang pathogen. Ganun lang po siya kadali.
Okay, thank you for the question. So for us in the biosensor for rice, it's what I said, it's user-friendly since you can also use it on the field. It does not require any laboratory equipment for the farmer to use this biosensor. You just need to mix up all the reagents and the chemicals which has already provided in the kit. You follow the 3 steps, and as what Dr. Kiazon have said, that you need to just look for the result based on colorimetry. So it's already indicated on the box. That's why it's user-friendly.
Same din po. Field ready na po yung aming test kit, and siguro seminars para may basic silang knowledge about po dun sa mismong test kit. And then after po nun, ready na po yung ready na pong sa mga farmers po.
Okay, thank you. So I think what they're trying to say is it's user-friendly, no? So do you have more questions from our audience? Feel free to ask questions because this is your time. Okay? Once again, we are live via Facebook Live. So for those who are watching via Facebook, you may type in your questions in the comments section, and we're going to read and answer it for you. Okay. No more? Okay. So maybe some of our questions can be directed with the individual presenters. So they presented their contact details. So let us approach them na lang if we want to clarify some things on their presentation. So let's give it up for our presenters again, ladies and gentlemen. So, okay, so that ends our question and answer portion of our program. So now we will proceed with the awarding of the certificate. May we once again call the Director of Technology Transfer and Promotion Division, Director Noel A. Katibog, for the awarding of certificate. Let's give it up for Sir Noel. So the citation reads, Certificate of Appreciation is presented to Director Noel A. Katibog, Director of Technology Transfer and Promotion Division of the OSTP card, for invaluable inspirational message during the business pitching presentation at the Research, Innovation, and Development Festival with the theme R4D, Key to a Sustainable Society, held on October 11, 2023 at Central Luzon State University, Science City of Muñoz, Nueva Ecija. Given this 11th day of October 2023, signed University President Edgar A. Orden. Thank you very much, sir. Let us give him a warm round of applause. Sir Noel is also joined by, of course, our Vice President for Business Affairs Program, Dr. Ariel Mactal, and of course, Sir Dr. Pablo. Okay. So, let us now have the certificate or awarding of certificate of appreciation for our presenters. Okay. So, may we request Sir Noel to please remain in front for the awarding of the certificates for our presenters. First, we have Miss Candice Ann Rabe. So, this is for presenting the ASF Nano Gold Biosensor Test Kit. So, a warm round of applause, please. Yeah. Let's also have Miss Kathleen Claire O. Ganarial for presenting the Mushroom Seasoning Flakes and Mushroom Snack Chips. Congratulations. Thank you. We also have Miss Charlene Jade S. Cabral for presenting non-dairy frozen dessert. We also have Miss Venus Q. Lagmay for presenting vacuum fried squash chips. We also have Miss Geraldine G. Ganchoque for presenting rice raisin oatmeal products. Thank you very much. We also have Miss Aliyah Samantha Pisukin for presenting spicy tiladin. Of course, let us also have Dean Judith P. Antonino for presenting VitaPil Gummies. Thank you. We also have Mr. Karl Marx Igiazon for presenting Tilapia Disease Test Kit. Congratulations, sir. So we also have Miss Ellen Romero for presenting fish amino acid as organic liquid supplement for crops. Congratulations, ma'am. A round of applause, please. Of course, we also have Miss Jonalyn J. Noveno for presenting biosensors for rice disease. Okay, and last but not the least, let us have Miss Ronalie B. Rafael for presenting pro and prebiotic from onion wastes. A round of applause, please. Okay, so thank you very much. We now be seated. Okay, so this ends the technology pitching for the Research, Innovation, and Development 2023 or the RISE Festival 2023. So before we leave, let us settle down because we are going to have a group picture. So let us please rise po para makita tayo lahat sa picture. Dito na lang galing sa akin. Okay. Pwede, maybe invite Sir Noel, Dr. Ariel, in front para photo opportunity. Tayo po tayo para makita tayo. Okay. Smile. 3, 2, 1. Compress daw po. Three. 1, 2, 3. Smile. I think we're good. Thank you very much. Once again, this was the technology pitching for the Research, Innovation and Development or RIDE Festival 2023. So I hope everyone has had a great time, and of course, this presentation sparked our curiosities, and of course, more increase from our presenters. So before we leave, the program is not yet finished, so let us first settle down. Excited, nagugutom na po yata tayo kasi yung mga present kanina nakakagutom, no? Right? Tama po? Yes. So, for our closing message, let us have the Provincial Director of the Department of Trade and Industry, no other than Dr. Richard V. Simangan. Let us give him a warm round of applause. Sir?
Yan, thank you very much, King. Sabi ko, save na ako, hindi na ako magko-closing message. Well, anyway, thank you very much. No? When Pabs texted me, sabi niya, Kuya, ikaw magkakandak ng closing message. Hindi ako makahindi, no? Because sa Regional Inclusive Innovation Center Project, no, the DTI and the DOST, pag si Pabs naman kinulit ko, pag sinabi ko may meeting tayo, etc., hindi rin siya tumatanggi. Okay? So, let me read itong quotation by George Cantor. Sabi niya, great innovation only happens when people aren't afraid to do things differently. And by that, I would like to congratulate po yung ating mga presenters. Palakpakan po natin sila for a job well done po, no? For CLSU also, no? For spearheading po itong RIDE Festival and the technology pitching. This is second year in a row. Last year, I was here, also standing in front of you, delivering the message. And now, I'm delivering yung closing message natin, no? When I was in Cebu, sometime in April po, no, for the creative industries, AYO, no? AYO in Cebu means something good. But this technology pitching and RIDE festival is something that is very, very good. Kaya hands down po kami sa inyo. So we have invited here, no, people from the industry, people from the national government agencies, and of course, the CLSU from the academe. Hindi ko lang alam kung andyan yung ating NUST partner also, no, and doon sa inclusive, ayon, si Dr. Kenneth also, who is handling yung TBI for the iMetal, no, with the OST and NUST. Okay, so ang theme ng creative industry last year is Create Tayo. And that is exactly what CLSU is doing now. You are creating, no, okay, innovations, no? You are doing yung mga researches natin for the benefit of the economy, of the local people, no? So gone are the days na yung academe is just focused on preparing or developing researches for academic purposes, no? Accreditation. But then, yung purpose really of doing yung researches natin and adopting innovation, no? As a vital component for inclusive development, gusto namin na in the government, like what Director Evangelista here of DOLE said, no? Gusto natin, yung mga researches natin ito will be adopted by the community, no? Adopted by the industry. And tama dito, sabi nga ni VP Ariel, sabi niya, the CLSU now is ready to share itong technology, no? So this is the time. Kasi we have already the Philippine Innovation Act, no? Okay? Andun nakalagay ang DTI, DOST, ano yung role nila. And it emphasizes the role of the government, the industry, and the academe. Linkages, no? Okay, among themselves. That's why we have the GIAL, no? Government. Anong role ng government? Okay, to support the industry. And of course, sabi nga ni Sir Noel dito Katibog, no? So yung gap na yon is something that should be addressed really by the academe, no? Kasi there are two sides yan eh. One is the academe would do the research and then later on match them with the industry. Pero ang mas maganda is getting now the feedback from the industry on what are their needs, no? Anong technology para swak na swak yung demand nila doon sa technology na yon. And of course, the impact of this funding coming from the government agencies, the OST, NEDA, and others, would be better. No? Mas maganda yung impact niya if you are directly hitting the needs of yung industry natin. Kaya nga, for 2 years now, I laud si LSU no, for taking the challenge and the initiative of doing itong ride and technology pitching. Kasi this is the first time no, in the history na ngayon we are allowing now the technologies of the schools to be commercialized. Hindi na ito pinagdadamot ngayon ng mga CLSU. Kasi parang yung mga researches ng mga schools ang nangyayari para mga in-house review. Pag nag-present sila, academe din ang mga audience nila, walang industry. So na-realize ngayon, kailangan ng industry dapat nandoon, kailangan ng agencies that will now bridge between the industry and the researchers of the academe. And that is what we aspire. Kaya nga, this year, na team naman ng creative industry, sabi nila, collab tayo. Okay? Mas maganda that we do collaborations. Okay? Kaya makita nyo kanina sa presentations sa mga presenters natin, may team sila, team. So you can collab on your own dito, but you can also collab with the industry. We can also collab with the national agencies kasi kami ang magbibigay sa inyo ng feedback sa pamamagitan ng dialogue that we do no, with our MSMEs. Okay, or part of industry, ano yung need na yon. And that needs to be maximized. So yun ang kailangan natin. So it's a way to go for CLSU, and I hope that the other institutions also in Central Luzon and nationwide would also do. No? Kung narinig po ninyo yung Tribe Central Luzon, no? That's the tribe. It's the hub for innovation ng Central Luzon. We have the technological hive for research innovation for a vibrant ecosystem, kasamang CLSU doon, kasamang NEUST among with other SUCs in Region 3, kasamang DOST as the lead, and of course DTI, andyan ang CHED. So let us work together to have a better economy. No? In that way, pag inadapt yung mga technologies natin na yan, it's one way of saying that we can have a sustainable society. So as I end my talk po, message ko, let me leave you this quotation from Jerome Isaac Friedman. Sabi niya, innovation is the key to the future, but basic research is the key to future innovation. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you very much, sir. So, sir, please don't leave the stage. Maybe invite again Dr. Mactal and Sir Noel for the awarding of certificate for Sir Dr. Richard Simangan. Okay. The citation reads, the Certificate of Appreciation is presented to Dr. Richard V. Simangan, Provincial Director of the Department of Trade and Industry, for invaluable inspirational message during the business pitching presentation at the Research, Innovation, and Development Festival with the theme R4D, Key to a Sustainable Society, held on October 11, 2023 at Central Luzon State University, Science City of Muñoz, Nueva Ecija. Signed, Edgar A. Orden, University President. Let us give him a warm round of applause. Thank you very much, sir. Okay. So, at this juncture, I have this great announcement for our dear presenters. So, our dear presenters will have awards for the best presenters. Okay? So we will have a cash prize for these presenters. This is sponsored by the Office of the Vice President for University Business Affairs Program. So for the third best presenter, he or she will receive 2,000 pesos. For the second best presenter, he or she will receive 3,000 pesos. And our best presenter for today's technology pitching will receive 5,000 pesos. So, while we are waiting for the tabulation of our for the results of our best presenters, we invite everyone, for those who are interested, takers and investors, to proceed in the conference room of the Vice President for Academic Affairs Office, because we will have a meeting there. So after this program. So I think here are the results. Okay. So, ano pala? Ano pala yon? Subject to availability of funds, no? The joke lang, syempre, maki-receive natin yan. For our third place for our best presenter. Drum roll, please. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We have Miss Venus Q. Lagmay for presenting vacuum fried squash chips. Ayan. Congratulations, ma'am. You just won 2,000 pesos. For our second best presenter, we have, drum roll please. Yeah. We have Miss Kathleen Claire O. Ganarial for presenting mushroom seasoning flakes and mushroom snack chips. Congratulations. You just won 3,000 pesos. And our best presenter for today's technology pitching is no other than Miss Geraldine G. Tayag for presenting rice, raisin, oatmeal cookies, and instant organic aromatic rice chicken porridge. Let us give them a warm round of applause. Yeah. Okay. So, I think this ends our program for today. So, for our interested takers and investors, we invite you to please join us in a meeting at the conference room of the Vice President for Academic Affairs Office. So, thank you very much. Okay, so as we go outside po, we have ice cream and free gummies para matry po natin yung products. Thank you!